Hi there. Good morning. Just watched the launch of the abort. Excuse me. Of the Ascent Abort 2 test that they just did. The from Kennedy, roughly around about 7 o'clock. Apparently, it went off without a hitch. It looked pretty good. Actually, as the top capsule. Okay, first of all, the reason of the test is in case there's a malfunction or something major problem with the rocket, and the crew can obviously jettison away from the rocket and parachute back on the Orion capsule back to Earth safely returning the crew. The test basically right up here from Kennedy, the top part of this of the capsule here basically went straight up. It then almost inverted at one point. I guess they intentionally did that. Now at that point there, I'd have to say I had been under tremendous stress. How it even stayed together long, because it for the few seconds it did, I thought it would just pull apart, but it inverted in some way like this, and the then jettison initiated, and then you could see the Orion capsule being pushed away or thrust away from the rocket. And this would happen, obviously, in case there was a major malfunction of the rocket, if they're at a later in the future missions when they launch. So it was like a pretty successful test, and that's what it was. It was beautiful there in Kennedy. Sun skies clear. I encourage you to look up the launch video this morning or today sometime and take a look and see what and watch for yourself. It went off right off without any issues. Right at 6:40, they started the coverage of the launch, and like I said, around roughly it seemed like right about 7 o'clock, they launched it, and from everything that is told, it was pretty successful. The Orion capsule itself, this test capsule, just fell down back into the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, with no parachute. From my understanding, I'm not sure they're even going to recover it, or it's supposed to sink. That's what I was listening to the coverage there, and but there's also 12 apparently. Kind of almost like these, what you say you would find in airlines, these boxes, metal boxes that will have GPS and other devices, basically just recording different types of tests, different things that they're measuring, basically. So I guess they'll be collecting those, and we'll find out more what data they find, and yeah, how successful this test was. But it looked pretty successful. Again, as when that thing inverted or sideways almost, I was surprised how well it was able to stay together as long as it did. But it once it did that, and then you saw these little rockets like come initiated from the top part, and then all of a sudden you just saw the Orion capsule be jettisoned out of there. So that's pretty cool, and um, it must be reassuring, at least in the future, for future astronauts who venture in off on the SLS, knowing that this is a safeguard. This is I just wanted a quick update. Like I said, I got up early this morning, drank a cup of coffee, and it was beautiful. It was really cool, to see. So really look forward to seeing some more tests here in the future, and obviously can't wait to see the SLS itself test. So that's going to be it for this day. Come back to Mars, the New World, and I hope you subscribe, and please hit the like button, and just look out for future notifications and future videos. And you have a good day.